In 2003, Patty Dale started us on a wonderful journey. Following her vision, we have cared for and found forever homes for thousands of animals. This amazing work is not something that LAPS can do alone. To be successful, we need help from the entire community. It truly takes a village.
I'm happy to drive anywhere, anytime, and if it takes me half the day, that's great too.
So many people just do what needs to be done. They just pitch in, and people come from all over. So it's an amazing network of people. It really is a village.
When we have the support of amazing organizations, it all pays off and comes together at the end.
Whether it's a human life or an animal, it's still for sure a good feeling to be part of that.
Community partnerships are what it's all about, right, Lila?
The thing that makes LAPS so great is the many unique programs and exceptional care that we are able to provide to all of the animals who come to us. Without our amazing team of volunteers, these things just wouldn't exist. Together we can do more.
I do the driving. My typical day would be to pick up an animal from the front desk, delivered to one of the vets. I love visiting all the vets, but Mountain View, I do go there a lot and I've made lots of friends there, so it's great. I can do this for LAPS, where they can deal directly with the cats and kittens, and they can be so much more useful here or in other places, so I'm happy to do it.
Without the volunteers here, our staff just isn't big enough to provide all the animals that we care for with everything that they need on a day-to-day basis.
The sad reality is many of the animals that come to LAPS are sick, injured, and in need of serious and sometimes very costly medical care. Without the amazing generosity of so many people, life would be very, very different for animals like Lila.
Lila and her brother Samson came in as a stray, and she had already had an injury to her leg. And probably without the donations that we got for her first surgery, we probably wouldn't have been in a position to place her, because without fixing her surgery, it wouldn't have been humane to adopt her out in the condition that she was in.
After the surgical repair to each of Lila's knees, at a cost of over $5,000, we knew that she would benefit from rehabilitation beyond the expertise of our own shelter staff. Fortunately, a LAPS volunteer contacted Jenn Panko at the SPAW Rehab Center, who was so taken by Lila's story that she offered to provide her services at no charge.
If I had knee surgery, I'd want someone to help me out with my physio. Yes! So Lila had her right knee done first, which is this knee. So she is more trusting of that knee. So we're working on shifting her weight to her left hind. And also, a dog that's been in shelter for 6 months needs activities that stimulate her and keep her interested in her daily life. I know she is soon to be adopted, which is exciting, and I'm hoping to develop a partnership with her new family.
Our true goal is to find loving forever homes for all of our animals. Mark, Braun, and Kyle Featherstone are a wonderful example of a loving family who are willing to open their hearts and home to make a fairy tale ending possible for a deserving animal. It grew out of a tragedy when a stray Boston Terrier was brought to us in distress. She'd been in labor for 3 days. An emergency C-section had to be performed, and at the same time, sadly, several shotgun pellets were removed. Abandoned and lost, the horror would soon turn to joy and comfort when Mark and Kyle set eyes on Grace.
I don't know how people treat animals that way. I'll never know. And I'm thankful that she was found by LAPS and that we were lucky enough to adopt her and bring her home.
She was our introduction into parenting. She was our first baby in our house. And
from the moment we walked in the door the first time bringing her home, she just hopped up on the couch and sat beside us and joined our lives. I think part of that is because we got to spend so much time with her here at LAPS before we got to bring her home, and lots of training and that kind of stuff, and it prepared us.
Our adoption process is different than any other organization, and I think it's truly unique in the sense that we are really looking for that specific home for that dog. We spend a lot of time investing in getting to know the dog and what will be the best circumstance for them.
Even when the